I want to go take a look at our Modbus RTU protocol, since it's such a good example of both register and topic variable use. We're going to take a look at the registers first. The register number list here, we have 2 register numbers defined. Let's go ahead and open up the address register and have a look at its options. The name here is going to be used whenever you're referencing the register, whether it's in a message where the actual value is going to be placed, or when you're creating an item that's using the register. The range that's defined down here is 0 to 9,999, which means that any item that's using this register as part of its item name is going to end up basically being 10,000, having 10,000 instances of itself, all ending with the sequential number based on the range. And close this. If we go to our items list, notice all the items that are actually ending with the address closed in curly brackets. That's how you define an item that uses a register. You define whatever you want the textual part of the name to be, and then in curly brackets you put the name of the register you want to use. So for each one of these, like this AI for instance, that basically means that this is actually 10,000 items instead of just the one that you're seeing. For instance, if you browse to OmniServer with an OPC client for a topic that's using this protocol, you'd see AI0, AI1, AI2, and so on and so forth on up the range used by the register. Now let's go take a look at the read holding register's host message that we have that's using this register. Open that up. And in our request section here, notice that we have our address register that's defined here, and this is where the address offset needs to be in this particular request. So we have that field there so that whenever a client requests an item, let's say they request A01, then a 1 is going to replace this field in the sequence that gets sent out to the device. In the response section, notice we have our AO and then our address, where we have our register defined for the item, just as a normal item would be. Just because this one's using a register, it's still placed normally in a message as a normal item would be that wasn't using a register. The difference is that when a tag gets updated, the tag getting updated depends on the register number value that was passed to OmniServer when the client originally requested this item. If a client requested A01, then we're going to get this back, and this register is going to have a 1 in it, which means we're not going to take the value we get back from the device for this response and parse it to A02 or something like that. It's going to allow us to parse it to the correct item. That basically makes this host message variable so that it can request values for any holding register address.